All right. So we're going to go into PvP a little bit more. With PvP, one of the biggest things to know is that if you're going to be fighting a hill, if you cannot break 3 lines of defense, then you need to stop. That is just plain and simple. If you cannot break at least 3 lines of defense, you need to stop, because that is a point lost. If you're breaking 2, yes, you're breaking through their main, and yes, you might have a point gain or a point loss depending on what their lineup is. But the biggest line of rule is if you're not breaking at least 3 lines of their defense, you need to stop. If they are ungarrisoned, you need to stop. It doesn't matter if they have resources or anything else, you are giving a point loss. In the squirters, if you do not have right marches and right troops, then you need to stop. If you cannot take whatever is in the squirter within 2 marches, you need to stop. There's nothing else to say. Like, for instance, actually, that's a decent march, but honestly, 4.5 and below, you should not be in the squirter at all. Thankfully, the server I'm in kind of seems to be coming around a little bit, so that helps. But okay, for this, this is not a march that should be in the squirter. It's just with a blue ant and everything, you're gonna get smacked out pretty fucking quickly. I've seen a lot worse. I've seen marches that have, a guardian insect, and then they have all shooters with it, or some shit like that. These kind of marches are not going to help you. The way that is best to play is, if you cannot take a hit in the squirter, you need to be gathering. If you cannot fucking take at least 1 hit in the squirter, you need to be gathering. Plain and simple. And you should not be putting T2 or anything else in the fucking squirter. You need to be gathering. It's the same thing when you go in. Those people that are the middle ground fighters or whatever, they need to be hitting tiles and then gathering. And that's what they should be doing. Because this shit should not be happening. That top player, honestly, had a lot of points where they should not have had it. Alright, I had to add an edit to this video because this game, and any other game you ever play, is exactly like anything else. No matter what kind of battlefield that you are going on to, you need to assess the situation and approach in a tactical situation. You need to be able to approach in a tactical way. Whether you be in actual combat or if it's a fucking game. In a tactical situation, when we're approaching an unknown foe, we're going to assess the situation, we're going to surround the area, we're going to lock down the area so we can learn what kind of position that the enemy has and everything else before we actually go into the actual area. It's no different in this game or any other game. This is why I usually will sit up at a squirter before I go and hit anybody that's tile hitting or anything else like that. I will let what I call the middle fighters, the the secondary rally leads is what we call them. I'll go ahead and let them assess the situation and attack them that are out tile hitting right off the bat, anything like that. Trying to boost your points right off the bat is not going to help anybody. So if you're going and hitting 12 times on the same fucking player that you're losing points to, is not going to help anybody. And people need to realize that. You need to assess the situation and then approach it in a more tactical way. You need to figure out who and what can hit certain players. Because if you go ahead and try to fucking hit players that are way outside your range, all you're going to do is give them points like this. That person in first has 6 billion points that he had no reason having. So you need to be tactical. You need to be very tactical. Again, like in the beginning of the video, I was saying, if you cannot breach through at least three layers of their garrison, you need to stop. If they are ungarrisoned, you need to stop. If they're in the fucking tree area, you need to stop. It's not worth their time. It's not worth their speeds. All they're doing is fishing for points, and you're feeding them to them. You need to stop. Be tactical. That's all I can say. It's not a fucking race. It's a fight for the finish. So you need to be smart about every single move that you fucking make.